Hi, Dyke from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today's book is Boo to You, Winnie the Pooh from 1996. So let's get started. Once each year, there comes a most predictable day. The dark glows darker, the leaves rattle on the trees, and everything is a tad spookier. On this predictable day, Winnie the Pooh was just like a bee, snacking on his last drop of honey. Oh, Halloween, he chuckled. For I'm not fond of chicken. I do enjoy cheating. A few minutes later, a skeleton bounced in. Not late, am I? Asked Tigger, for that was who the bouncer was. Behind him was two Eeyores, the real one, who was wrapped in bandages like a mummy, and Gopher, who was dressed up like Eeyore. Hello, Eeyore and Gopher, said Pooh. Dang nabbit, said Gopher, you know it's me. He left to find a new council. Come on, Pooh, cried Tigger. We better get a move on, but first we need to get Piglet, Pooh replied. Piglet would put in the finishing touch in his new costume when he heard a Tigger-like boo-hoo-hoo coming from his entryway. Why, Piglet, said Pooh, as his friend hurried to greet them. Wear your costume. We have got to get Halloweeny, said Tigger. Oh, Piglet stammered. He didn't really want to go outside. While Piglet gets ready, said Pooh, I'll try out my costume on our friends at the honey tree. But Pooh, Piglet said, following his friends, perhaps it would be best. Pooh said as he started out the door, if you didn't say my name, it might make the bee suspicious. But the bee knew exactly what Pooh was trying to do. They began to buzz angrily. Pooh and the other ran away from the honey tree as fast as they could. Nearby, Rabbit inspected his pumpkin patch. Perfect, he proclaimed. Buzz, suddenly Rabbit heard the bees. He looked up just in time to see Pooh, Piglet, and Tigger and Eeyore smashing into his beautiful pumpkin. The bee flew away, disturbed by all the chaos. Of all my favorite holidays, Rabbit sighed, Halloween isn't one. Soon it grew darker, and Piglet hurried home. As he got into his costume, he realized he was just too scared to go outside. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Who's there? He squeaked. It's me, them, us, said a Pooh-sounding voice. Pooh Bear? Asked Piglet. How can I be certain it's you? Perhaps if you said something only you would say, then I'd be certain. How about I am Pooh? You are, said the count to the confused Pooh. Then who am I? It is you. Piglet jumped out of his costume and opened the door. Piglet, said Pooh, will you be joining us for Halloween? I am afraid. I'm just too afraid, Piglet replied. That's okay, said Pooh Bear. We won't have a Halloween. We'll have a Wasn't. Thank you, Pooh Bear, Piglet said, smiling. Piglet and Pooh explained their plans to Eeyore and Tigger, and with that, everyone went home. Alone once more, Piglet created lots of notes telling all the spooky bow and monstrous beasts to stay away. They had to know that it was a how wasn't at his house somehow. Soon a storm began to rage outside. Pooh looked out his window. I hope Piglet isn't too frightened, he said. I suspect that something should be done, but what? He tried to concentrate. Think, he muttered, and to no one greater surprise than his own, he did just that. Just because Piglet can't have Halloween with us, said Pooh, there's no reason why we can't have Halloween wasn't with him. A little while later, Tigger was bouncing around when two figures opened his door. Spookabos, hollered Tigger, tripping over his tail. The Spookabos removed their sheets. It was Pooh and Eeyore. We're on our way to Piglet to have it how it wasn't, said Pooh. Would you care to come? We made new costumes since the other ones were torn in the pumpkin patch. What are we standing around here for? Tigger said, scratching a sheet. They almost reached Piglet's house when a tree branch snagged Pooh's bed sheets. Pooh was certain he had been clutched by the claw of a Spookabo. Help, shouted Pooh. Pooh Bear, Piglet said, hearing Pooh cries coming from just outside his house. Tigger and Eeyore, still wrapped in their ghostly bed sheets, tried to free Pooh from the branch. Oh no, Piglet cried when he saw them. Spookabos got Pooh. I must help him. Halloween or no Halloween. Suddenly, Piglet remembered the costume he made. I'll save you, Pooh, he cried, putting it on. He stumbled outside and yelled, boo, as loud as he could. Pooh, Eeyore, and Tigger looked up in horror and ran away, leaving Pooh's costume on the branch. They ran past a starter gopher who was now wearing a rabbit costume. Look out, Spookabo, they shouted. Gopher looked up just as Piglet ran into him. They both were rolling after the other. Rabbit, who had been trying to keep his remaining pumpkin dry with an umbrella, glanced up. Not again, he cried, just before Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore, Piglet, and Gopher collided with him. Costumes and pumpkin pieces flew everywhere. Finally, the friends untangled themselves and discovered there was not a single Spookabo around. You saved us, Pooh told Piglet. You are here and Spookabos aren't. You must have chased them away. Way to go, Piglet, exclaimed Tigger. Piglet's friend shook his hand. Wait half a second, Piglet, said Tigger. You aren't dressed up as anything for Halloween. Piglet realized he lost his costume in all the excitement. Then he smiled. Oh, but I am, he said. I have decided to be Pooh's best and bravest friend. And that, said Pooh, smiling down at Piglet, is precisely who you are. So that was Boo to You, Winnie the Pooh for 1996. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.